Hi, welcome to Off the Tee. I'm your host, Jared Levy. Today we're at the Lacoma Golf Course and we'll be meeting with Alex Lang, Gene Bears, and Mike Cunningham. They're going to tell us a little bit about the history of the course, take a look at the new facilities, and then we'll play some signature holes from the red and gold courses. Let's check it out. Hi, we're at Lacoma Golf Course today, and I'm with Alex Lang. Alex, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Very good. How long have you been here, and what's your role here at Lacoma?
So I've been here for 7 years. I started off as in the cart staff position. And right out of high school was my first job. I worked my way up, and now I'm in the management position here, and the manager of golf operations and marketing here. So
Nice. And I know there's been some changes here with the facilities. Tell us about that.
yeah, so actually, the original building opened up in 1967. Started off with 3 owners, and then we actually in January 2019 we recently had a fire. So we have a brand new building here. It's beautiful, and we're just kind of getting moved in now. So.
Okay, and obviously a fire that can be very devastating, but silver lining is everything's new.
Yeah.
And tell us about that. Is there anything different with the food service? This patio I know looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean, to start it off, we kind of have a lot more room here. We do some bigger outings and bigger groups that come out, and we do a lot of traffic just in general. So, it's a bigger facility, so we can get more people in, and one of the greater things about it, we were able to do a bigger and better food service. Our food service here, we've kind of taken some pride in it and got a whole new menu, and we're putting a lot of effort into it, so it's doing pretty good so far. So.
Nice. I've had some food here and it's delicious.
Thank you.
And you talked about outings. What other events did this new building create? Any receptions, birthdays, anything like that?
Yeah. So actually, when we had our fire, we had to do something quickly. So we got up a new building, and it's a pole barn, but it's kind of really finished inside. We recently finished it, and we got it set up for now events. So we have a whole separate new building. It could fit about close to 200, 250 people. We actually recently did a wedding reception here, and it went pretty well. So I think so, and that building went quickly, and we got it finished out. So if you haven't seen it in a while, it's probably good to check it out. So.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely will check it out. And how about on the course? Anything new? I think when I was coming here, I see a lot of new golf carts being unwrapped today, like Christmas morning. Anything about that,
Yeah,
or
I mean,
the
we
holes in general?
Today we just recently got in a brand new fleet of carts, and I just checked them out this morning. They drive nicely. So, but about the course, last year we did some work. We had some flooding issues, and we actually had a pretty big beaver chop down some trees on our 3 and 4 of the gold, which I think you guys are checking out a little bit later.
Yep.
So we just recently got done with that, and we opened that up, so that stays open a lot more consistently. The course is in beautiful shape. Our grounds crew's been doing a lot of work, and they've been working hard, and with the weird weather we've had so far this year. So.
I just played a best shot here this weekend, and it was great. But tell us about all the other courses that you have here today.
Yeah, so we have our blue course, 18-hole championship course, and then we have 2 9s as well. The red course, which is part of the original front 9, and then we have our gold course, which is our scenic course. Beautiful holes. You kind of tee off above the trees, and it's lovely to get out there on that course as well. And then we have another course. It's our par 3. It's good for beginners, good for the young kids, and to get out there, and even people that are just looking to walk and practice their short game. So.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to get out on the par 3 sometime. I have not played that one. And then before a golfer comes to get out there, what kind of warm-up facilities do they have?
Yeah, I mean, so we have a full range, full length. It's about 350 yards out, so it's a pretty good distance. And then we have our putting green. It's pretty big, 4 or 5 holes in it. And then we also have our chipping range. It's on the far side of our building over there. So
That's nice because some places only have a few. They might not have the full range. They might only have a chipping, and some I know don't even have the sand bunker. So that's very nice. When you come out here, you can kind of get all the practice in, all components of golf before hitting before hacking it out there. Someone like me. But anything else that we should know about the facilities or anything that someone who hasn't been to Lacoma should know about?
Well, definitely check out the food. I think for sure. It's new. We have a fully stocked pro shop, so you can check out all that stuff as well. But as of other new stuff, I mean, just come out and enjoy the weather and have a good summer and get out of the house. So.
Thanks for your time. I know we're going to go chat with Gene Beer before we get out on the red and the gold. He's going to kind of fill us in on what to expect. And again, thanks so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Off the Tee right after this. Hi, we're on the patio of Lacoma Golf Course, joined with Mike Cunningham, one of the co-owners, and Gene Beers, the head golf professional. How are you doing?
Great today. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Glad to have you here.
Thanks for having us. Let's start talking about the holes we'll be seeing today on the red course and the gold course. Gene, we're going to start off on hole 9. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. It's a great finishing hole. The object off of the tee box is to get your ball in the left side of the fairway, but keep it in the fairway because it can be a little rough. There's some trees. It's well tree lined on both sides. And once you have set up your drive, you got an approach that could be 1 or 2 different clubs because the green stretches out quite a ways. And once you are on the green, of course, the putting part, make the putt. So yeah, absolutely. 9's a great golf hole, great finishing hole right in front of the patio here, and stop in and doing just like we're doing right now.
All right, so hole 9 sounds great. Mike, tell us about the history of the red course.
Well, the red course is the original 9 holes of Lacoma Golf, built in 1967 by 3 men, my father, Gordon Cunningham, Peter Reeves, and Ben Bennett. Okay. And it was the original 9-hole course, and it's kind of what launched the whole complex.
Nice. Well, that sounds great. Let's go out and play the 9th hole.
Let's get her done.
All right, Gene, so we're here at hole number 9 on the red. I will let you start it off.
Absolutely, yeah. The idea here is to keep it to the left side of the fairway, obviously. Treble right. And we'll let it happen.
Good shot.
Thanks. That's going to come out just fine, Jared.
All right, Gene, so it looks like I'm about 165 out. What am I looking at here?
Well, it's great. You got it on the right side of the fairway. That's one great thing. The hole is very demanding, so it's long from this direction, so it could be the pins up front. So it's important that you pick a club selection that's going to get there. And you said you're about 160 out.
Yep.
And you got a little jumper lie here.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to jump on you a little bit. Make sure that you lean into the hillside a little bit with your left side and take a good rip at it.
Okay. Thanks.
Beautiful.
It's up there.
Outstanding.
All right, so you're a little bit closer to me, closer to the pin, closer to the fairway. Nice drive.
Thank you.
What are you working on here?
Well, what I'm working on is that I've got a little bit more of a severe slope falling away. I'm actually falling down hillside here. So
Yep.
the thing that I want to concentrate on is get a good solid foundation. I'm going to bring my knees down a little bit more, bend on it. And I'm going to lean forward like I told you to with your shot. And hopefully we can pull this out and be up there right next to yours.
All right, go ahead. All right, it's up there. Okay, so you're about 30 yards out. How are you going to approach this? Are you going to fly it on or do a bump and run?
So that's a great question. I prefer to try to land this about 5 yards short of the green, let it bounce a couple times and roll up the hill. And I'm not going to fly it very high. It's going to be sort of a bump and run type shot, but I prefer to hit it with my wedge. You could fly it to the green, but I like the percentage of this shot better.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I'm going to play the ball back a little bit in my stance, hood the club face, hands ahead of the ball at all times, and I'm just going to hit down on it. There it is.
Good shot. Okay, so we have two putts here. Tell us about the greens at Lacoma. Is each course a little bit different speed, or how do they roll here?
Well, it really depends on what the day's characteristics are. If it's rainy, a little bit moisture in the air, it's going to be a little bit slower. Today we're at a time where it's a little bit drier, and typically all the greens are going to be about the same speed.
Okay.
So it just depends on, like this shot here, for instance, it's going to be a more of a break, and it's going downhill, so it's going to be a little bit quicker.
Okay, well, I'll let you make your putt, and I'll try and keep up.
Awesome, thank you. So I'm just kind of taking a look at it, Jared, to make sure that I got the line in my head. And I always pick out a spot somewhere between the hole and where I want the ball to roll over going towards that. I always have a spot ahead of where the hole is. I don't just look at the hole. So I've picked my spot out, got a good thought in my mind. Take the putter back and hopefully put it on that line.
That was a good putt.
Oh man, I'll take that.
All right, good putt. I'll try and use the line you showed me and see if I could put it close.
Oh, outstanding.
Ah, I'll take it.
That's good. Great job.
All right, on to the gold.
Yep, let's do it.
Hi everyone, we'll be right back to more Off the Tee right after these messages. Okay, so we just got done with number 9. We're here at the turn and heading over to the gold. So tell us about hole 3 that we'll be playing on Gordon's Loop.
Well, absolutely. Gordon's Loop is the start of 2 fantastic holes back to back. They're par 4s. They were the last 2 holes added, correct, Mike?
Yes.
And so it's risk reward. You could hit a driver here, but I highly recommend you going off the tee box with an iron or maybe a utility wood. There's crick to the left, woods to the right, and keep it in the middle.
Okay, so I guess it sounds like I have a decision to make whether to lay up or to go for it on hole 3. Mike, tell us about the Gold Course and hole 3 specifically.
Well, the Gold Course was, toward those holes, the two holes you're talking about, the last two holes my father built. In the intervening period, there were several other additions, but those are the last two things he really ever did as a golf course designer. So they were designed they're opened right around 2000, and they've been kind of memorialized as Gordon's Loop.
Okay, well, let's go check it out.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so here's hole 3 at the Gold. Beautiful, as you described. Very intimidating tee shot. So what are we looking here for club selection?
Well, that's a great question. Obviously, you want to first think about, well, we got quite a bit of elevation here.
Yep.
So I estimate that that's going to give you 5 yards to your shot if you're carrying the ball. So you want to plan probably one club less than what you'd normally hit from that distance. And I think for you today, if you want to pull out that 5 wood and hit it, perfect club. You'll set yourself up about 100 yards away from the green.
Okay. Well, I'll let you lead off.
All right.
Right down the middle.
Get in there.
I'll take it.
That's going to work out just fine.
Perfect. It's easy to find when it's on the fairway.
Absolutely.
Okay, 2 good shots, both on the fairway. Look at us. I think we're within 100, maybe about 50 yards out, it looks like. How are you going to approach this one?
Well, I would classify this shot right here as a sucker pin placement. If you look up there on the green, it's got the red flag, which means up front.
Yep.
This is a multi-tiered green, so I don't want to be too long, but I don't want to end up short because it's going to fall away.
Roll
It's got
off.
that false front there, which can be a little bit difficult when you're short and you have to chip up to the pin. So I'm going to pick out a middle distance that I got visualized in my head, and I'm going to approach it that way. I'm going to try to land it 3 or 4 feet on the green.
Okay,
Awesome.
go ahead.
Got it.
Good shot. Okay, well, I'll try and get it as close to yours if I can. About the same distance out.
Get close.
Get down.
Very good.
All right. I'll take it. All right, so it looks like you have a slippery downhill here. I've been on this hole where they put the pins in some really questionable, sketchy spots. Makes it real hard. But how are you going to approach this one?
Well, this, like you said, this can be some tricky spots. This is one of them. If you get it too far past the hole here, my idea is you're gone.
Yep.
So I'm going to play quite a bit of break, pick out a spot between the hole and there, and hopefully get this just barely moving as it gets to the hole.
Okay.
That's the way I want to try to approach it. Let's see what happens.
Okay, go for it. Looks like it's catching more breaks than we thought it would.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, looks like I have a little right to left break after looking at yours.
Count it.
Oh, and then there it goes, kind of what we talked about.
Absolutely.
Missing here is painful, dangerous.
Definitely. Very good.
All right.
Outstanding. There you go.
Good putt.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Appreciate it.
All right, on to the next.
I'm ready.
Now we're going to hole number 4. Tell us about this hole.
Again, same setup, but you're going back to the west, and it's a uphill shot, fairway. Again, risk reward. It's hard to say. Sorry, guys. Risk reward shot. It's just you got to get it in the fairway, and if you do, you're in a fine position to approach the green. And the beautiful thing about this green is there's a beautiful rock background that if you hit it too far, it's going to bounce back off of it and come back towards the green.
I've done that before.
Awesome. Yeah.
And Mike, tell us about hole number 4. I know you said your father designed it, one of the last few.
Yes. And one of the things striking about both 3 and 4, but especially 4, is they're very striking visually. I mean, you're standing well above the fairway. You have a very panoramic view, so it's very scenic as well as being a challenging golf hole. And it's the green is really surrounded, as Gene alluded to, by kind of a limestone face, basically. So it's 20 feet, 25 feet high. So it's very picturesque.
Yep, I will say they're my 2 favorite holes on that course. So let's get out there and play it. Okay, so hole 4, Gordon's Loop. How do we approach this tee shot?
Well, I think the most important thing here is you want to make sure that you keep it left because the ball's ultimately going to roll to the right.
Okay.
If you hit it and land on the right side, you could kick down into some pretty severe areas there in the rough, and there's even a little meandering creek and woods. No fun over there. So let's both keep it to the left and hope our tee shots come out great.
Okay. You're out there.
All right. Great swing.
Hopefully not too far left though.
I think you're going to be okay. Watch it kick.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay, so great tee shot here, just a little over 100 out. Uphill, very uphill. How do you approach this one?
So kind of let me show you here what we're going to do. The way I'm going to approach it is I don't care if I'm long here, just because of that rock slate wall behind there. It's going to be run to my favor. I don't have to worry about being too long here. So I'm going to take extra club, and I'm going to take my stance, and I'm going to kind of try to lead into the hill and make my right leg a little longer. I'm going to hit down on it and hopefully pop it right up there on the green somewhere.
Okay. Go ahead.
You got it. Just like that.
Good shot, good bounce. You're up
Sounds
there.
great.
Okay, so looks like I found a little bit of trouble here on the left side with these branches hanging over. How would you play this?
So there's no worries here. It's execution. You're just going to play probably an 8-iron if you've got one. I say you brought 2 clubs. So I would play the ball basically back in my stance a little bit. Hood the club face. It's important that you keep the club face hood and hands ahead. And all we're going to do is take that club straight back and down on the ball. You want to keep your hands leading when you go past impact. That's going to drive it low, and you're going to try to hit this about to the edge of that rough area there and let it bounce up towards the green.
Okay.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll hit a couple practice shots here. As you said, kind of hands forward.
Yep. A little
Close.
farther forward yet.
Close the.
Yeah, close that club face. Like you're hooding it. There you go. That was executed well.
Maybe a little. Carry that rough a little bit more.
A little bit back farther, but you had the right idea.
That one, I just missed the ball.
Yep.
There we go. Well, that one got onto the green.
Turned out pretty good. Now you just pull it a little farther left and you got it made.
Okay, we'll try it with my actual ball now.
Very good. Well done.
All right, I'm up there.
Let's go make a putt.
Okay, so nice little uphill putt here.
Absolutely, yes. My main goal here is speed. It's all speed on this putt. Looks like it's pretty straight, but I want to get it to the hole, so I'm going to give it a little bit extra at the end. And now that I've got focused, I don't have to really worry about the way it's going to break. I'm just going to focus on the back of that hole and hopefully make it.
Okay,
All right?
go ahead.
One time for you.
Get in there. Great putt. Great
Yes.
putt. It's that easy, huh?
Yep.
All right.
I like this one.
Get going.
Straight up.
All right. I like the speed.
Yep. You're in the circle of friends right there.
Good fair little tap in.
Very good.
Okay. Well, thank you for having us out here today. Place looks amazing. The holes were fun, and you'll definitely see us out here again.
Outstanding. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, very nice to meet you.
You too. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and special thanks to Gene Bears and everyone here at the Lacoma Golf Course. I'll catch you next time, off the tee.